Put it over there.
All righty. Okay. So I'm logged into my back office. And then from here, there we go. Our advocates, and then forms and flyers. You're going to find a lot of information in these two. So if you are new and haven't poked around here or just need a refresher, jump on into that. Oops, I mean flyers. Okay. Compensation plan. We're going to pull that up first. So there have been some changes. Well, actually, it's almost a year now that the changes took place. So, but if you're newer or, you know, maybe out of the loop and re-engaging or something like that, this might still be beneficial. So, and then of course, compensation plan can get super tricky and complicated. So I had to hear it about 7 times before it started to sink in. So you can't hear this too many times. And I still will hear it from another person and they'll say something else that hits me differently. So literally listen to this as much as you possibly can from as many different educators, and they'll always say something new that you don't know. So, okay, so I'm going to try to breeze through this quickly just because this can get really lengthy and I want to make sure there's time for all the other stuff. But interrupt me if you have a question. So either the chat box or just start talking or something like that. So someone has a little bit of feedback. I'm not sure who it is, but
can you mute me? Because I have a feeling Jeff's going to work in the basement here, and I don't know. There we go.
I muted you while you were talking.
Oh, can I do it?
Yeah, you can do it. It's down in the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, you mute yourself as you need to, and then.
Yeah, there it is. I'm just going to mute.
Okay, and then unmute when you need to ask something or if you have input too. Dive in if you think of something that I'm not saying. Okay, so retail profit. This is the first one. Really, doTERRA says we have 6 ways I think that we can get paid. So LRP is one way. We're getting free products. So that's an awesome benefit just to, and that's, you don't even have to be a wellness advocate to be receiving that form of payment. So retail profit is the other. This is kind of a little bit different. Most people don't charge retail. Some people might have let's say a salon or a spa or something like that, a storefront where you're selling items that you charge for retail, a gym, something like that. So 2 ways that you can work this. You can charge people the retail price, add the items to your LRP. You're paying wholesale, they pay retail, you make the difference. So you're making 25% difference there because your discount as a wholesale customer is 25% off of the retail pricing. So you can do it that way. 2 comments on the ordering part of that. If you're ordering on your LRP and it's like, say your whole order is going towards retail profit orders, you might consider unchecking. There's the checkbox at the bottom of the screen. So consider unchecking that. It will charge you tax based on the retail value then of all of the items that you purchase. You'll only pay wholesale price, but the tax rate that it's going to give you, or the tax dollar amount, is going to be based on the dollar amount of the items at retail price. So hopefully that makes sense. And by keeping the checkbox checked, you are saying this is for personal consumption. I'm only using this for myself. Okay, so for tax purposes, there would be a good reason in separating those orders. Now, a lot of people, it depends on, ask your accountant. I'm not going to give tax advice, but ask your accountant. If you're picking up an item or 2 that you turn around and sell retail and the rest of the items are wholesale or your items, I mean, there's no way to split that up, you know, so I always leave the box checked. So it's only unless I'm specifically doing an order that is all going to go, I'm going to turn that right back around and sell it retail, then I'll leave it unchecked. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that's one way to get the retail. The other way is through your website. So I'm going to hop over here back to my account. So here's my back office. I'm going to jump in, actually. Okay, if you don't know where your website is or what your link is, If you come up here to your name, go to account profile. And then down here, my website. So you'll be able to, if you click on my site address, this takes you right here. So here's what my website address is. This is, I call this, because I don't know what else to call it, your external website. And that, as in back office, is the term I use for this site, like where you can order, you can look at all these documents, you're logged into your account. Your external website is this specific site to you that other people can look at, that where they won't be getting into your account, basically. So you can change your address here. This will default generally to your first and last name. I have this my business name, just for, you know, separation. And so you can also change what you want it to show on your website. Do you want it to show your account name, which my account name is here? Or do you want it to show your recognition name? Now I could be recognized as, Lael, you're a perfect example. So Lael's name is Robin, legally. Lael is her middle name, but she goes by Lael. So her account name, do you mind that I'm sharing this? Good Lord, I'm sorry.
Well, it is being recorded, you know.
Hypothetically, this person named Robin, so she goes by her middle name. Her account name is under her first name. So she changed recognition name to the name that she actually goes by, and that is what actually shows up on her website. I hope that makes sense. So this looks different than this name. So then if you go to, I'll just copy this. And
or if you went by Becky.
If I went by Becky, I could put recognition name. That's Becky. It gives me heaves, and I apologize. That is not against anybody who's named Becky. It just makes me feel like I'm 7 years old with pigtails. So, okay, so this is what my site looks like. This is what people see when they come to your site. I need to change my little blip in here so you can add a little story about yourself. And then, of course, they can shop from here. They can join from here. So sometimes if I'm not with a person and they want to enroll as a wholesale customer, I'll have them join from this link and then kind of step them through the process too. So they don't have to be, don't feel like you have to be in your back office to allow people to see the products, the prices, join, anything like that. And then this will just give you an example of what your actual site looks like. Okay, so, back to the compensation plan. So if they're here, it's going to take me back to my back office. Yeah, that doesn't work when you're logged into your account. It takes you back into your back office. Like, why are you trying to shop on your external site? That doesn't make any sense. So if someone's shopping from your website, they purchase at retail price, they add items to their cart, check out, they can put their own credit card in, their own shipping address. It ships right to wherever they want it to, and it gives you then as a check for that 25% difference. So, and that check comes to you in your monthly check on the 15th of every month. So hopefully that makes sense. So 2 ways that you can do the retail, either through your LRP, turn around and sell at retail price to them, or have them shop on your website and you just get the check cut to you for the retail profit. Now, this is one of the items that you have to have the 100 PV LRP in your cart at all times in order to receive that. So there's a couple different ways that we get paid where you don't need 100 PV LRP, and there are a couple ways that you do. So basically any payment that's, can you see my mouse waving around? I'm using it as a pointer. Okay, so anything on this page that you're getting paid on, if you don't have, that's sort of true. Yes, mostly true. Anything on this page, if you don't have 100 PV LRP in your cart at all times and process a 100 PV LRP order during the month, you will not get this pay for any of these 3 methods of pay. Hopefully that makes sense. So 2 paychecks that we receive. One is a weekly paycheck, one is a monthly paycheck. So the retail profit comes in the monthly paycheck. I'm going to bounce over here to Fast Start Bonus. Fast Start Bonus is the only item that is paid out weekly. One way to remember if you need 100 PV or not is if it says bonus, you're not going to get it if you don't have the 100 PV. So, okay, so Fast Start, this is based on enrollment levels. And then Power of 3 bonus over here will be based off of sponsor levels. So when you enroll somebody, I'm going to kind of go to basics. A lot of you guys know this, but just for anybody who might be watching later. When you enroll somebody as either a wholesale customer or wellness advocate, there are 2 positions that you have to designate. One is enroller, one is sponsor. So enroller we define as more of the person who brought the enrollee to the doTERRA banquet. so who introduced the person to doTERRA? Then that should be the one who is the enroller. They're going to get Fast Start bonus, and then they also get the ability to choose where they want to place this person, which is the sponsor role. So they can choose to leave them right on their top line, which would make them both enroller and sponsor, or they can make themselves the enroller and then choose somebody else to be sponsor. So that's going to drop them down, anywhere from 2 to whatever level down below you. You could put somebody 10 levels down if you'd like. So Fast Start is paid on enrollment level, only enrollments. So if I need a whiteboard or something. If I start drawing, it'll probably be backwards though. So, okay, so let's say you enroll Sally. So Sally, you decide to place 2 levels down under one of your leaders. So she's technically 3 levels down in your compensation plan, in your organization. Because you're the enroller, you get our enrollment level 1. All those people that are down between you and Sally do not get Fast Start bonus. So it's only based on enrollment level. So this means you get 20% off of what Sally buys for the first 60 days. So right here it says 60 days. You get 20% of what they buy for the first 60 days. Your enroller, so we're going up now, your enroller gets 10% of whatever Sally buys for the first 60 days, and their enroller gets 5%. So you see when you can place under different people in your organization, enroller could skip giant chunks of people. Sponsor is one right above the other, pretty much. So just like this. So say this is you enroll Sally and you put her down here. These people are not making Fast Start. Sally's buying 100 PV, you're getting the 20%. So whoever up here is getting 10 and whoever up here is getting 5. Does that make sense? Okay.
And it's off of, this was confusing in the beginning for me. It's not off of the dollar amount that they spend. It's the point value, and you get it paid out in dollars to you. Does that make sense?
So, yes.
Yeah. So like, if you're going to get things that the point value isn't the same as the dollar value, you always figure it off. So say it's worth 100 points, then you're going to make $20 because 20% is $20. Yeah.
Now I have had it confused. I'm glad you brought that up because I have had people think they get 20 points put in their point bank. So that's not the case. You actually get money, cash money. And that will come to you. Like I said, this is the one that's paid weekly. So that will come to you in a weekly paycheck. It's payroll is normally ran on the Wednesday of every week and checks are cut on Thursday. So your check will deposit into your account normally on Thursday if it's direct deposit. If you don't have direct deposit set up, and you get a paper check, you'll probably get it, Friday or Saturday sometime that weekend. If you don't have direct deposit and you need to know how to do that, that's back in here in the My Advocates forms. And you should find the, direct deposit authorization form. Print this guy out right here. You attach a voided check to it and mail it off. Okay, so as long as Fast Start makes sense, we'll move on to Power of 3. So Power of 3 is strictly based on structure, so sponsor levels. So again, here you enrolled Sally and placed her down here. She's gonna be a player in your whole Power of 3 game towards your 1,500 bonus. So how this works is when you're first starting off, here you start enrolling a few people. There could be some others in here. Say you've got 5 or 6 along your top line. So between you and your top line here only, you need to have the 600 PV team volume between you and your top line. Now, I'm going to show you a view in your back office how to check this, but I don't want people to get this confused with overall volume, because your overall volume for your team is very different than what you and your power of 3 or top line volume is. So at least if you've got the 600 here, you need 3 of these people to be placing 100 PV LRP. It has to be an LRP order. It cannot be a standard order, and it cannot be an enrollment order. So they have to be already enrolled, placing an LRP order. All 4 of you basically have a 100 PV LRP order between you, these 3, and maybe a few stragglers. Maybe it's just you 3 here, and you all happen to do like 150 PV order. And you've got this 600 volume. Somehow you need that 600, you and 3 people, you get $50 bonus. Okay, so as long as that makes sense, when you start to look at these lower levels here, for this person, you're basically creating their $50 bonus, not creating it for them, I don't want to say that. But as long as they have their $50 bonus, so this same scenario down here, 600 between them and their top line, they have themselves and 3 people all placing 100 PV LRP. So you've got all 3 of these people getting their $50 bonus. That gives you your $250 bonus. So if your second level down here is achieving that, then that's your $250. So now when these 9 orange people all get their $50 bonus, so that's what all these little teal blue guys down here are, that means these blue people are getting their $250, and that gives you your $1,500. So 9 times 3 is 27 people down here. So 27, 9 people on this level, 3 people on this level is the total number of people you need to get your $1,500 bonus. Does that make sense to everybody?
Rebecca?
Yes.
So for the power of 3 on your top line, you have the 3 that have to get 100 PV or more. But to get the 600, does that include anybody in your top line?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Yep, as long as there's the 3 people and yourself that have 100 PV, it doesn't matter where the rest of that volume, I mean, you guys could each be exactly at 100, so that's only 400. But then if there's random people in here that are making up that 200 PV volume, then yes, you're good. Okay, so the power of 3 bonus is paid out on your monthly paycheck on the 15th of every month. So 15th of the month pays back for the previous month, that whole month. 15th of the month is also when your points get updated for the previous month. So just keep that in mind. The 15th of the month is a big date. So you can see here between the weekly check that we get and the monthly one, there's 2 different bonuses you can get paid on each type of check, which is key to why you have to have 100 PV LRP all the time. You don't have to, say the first of the month rolls around, it's like day 2 of the month, you haven't processed your order yet, but you enroll somebody, your order may not process till like the 10th of the month. You're still going to get your fast start pay as long as your LRP is saved at 100 PV. You don't have to already process it before the paycheck comes. Now, if you end up getting the fast start paycheck and then on the 10th of the month, you bump your LRP down to 50 PV, doTERRA will actually yank the money from your next paycheck. So don't trick the system. Okay. Questions? Are we good?
I have a question.
Yes.
If you have 3 people on your first line that have all placed a 100 PV order, and then you have 3 more, so you have a total of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get 100?
No. Okay, so okay, good question. Thank you, Heather. So you can actually duplicate the $50 bonus, but you have to hit 1,500 first. Okay. So you've got to hit the 1,500 and then you can go back and duplicate another 50 on top. So what that looks like though, think exactly in this terms here, doubling that. So you do 100 PV, you have 3 people doing 100 PV, you have 600 total. To double that, you need 1,200 total. You have to do 200 PV It can't be just the 100 PV, and you have to have 6 people here doing 100 PV. Does that make sense? And then you'll get that additional $50 bonus on top of the 1,500.
Okay, kind of.
Okay, so let me bounce over here.
Because right now, I don't have anything deep.
Okay.
I have like
Top line.
pretty much just my first line, and then I have one person underneath, person on my first line.
Okay.
But almost everybody on my first line, and you answered one of my questions when you said that if it's a new enrollee, that doesn't count. But
Yeah.
if I have 6 people and they have all placed 100 PV, I didn't know if that would qualify for two $50
bonuses. No, yeah, you only get one $50 bonus. You can start so see how this bumps up the chain here as you get your bonuses through the month.
Mm-hmm.
It'll highlight each one. So once you hit 1,500, if you have that, a second row will start.
Okay.
Yep, and then $50 will highlight, and then you can get $3,000 in Power 3 bonus if you literally have 6 people all getting their $250 bonus. That gives you 3,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's where your Power 3 view is. So this is going to tell you if you're at your 600 or not. This is going to tell you, I know right off the bat looking at this, I've got my top liners. They all have placed, well, possibly. Or it might be a random straggler in there. So yeah, that's what it is. So I've got this person, and then over here, see, I've got blue means qualified templates. So they have 100 PV LRP, they just haven't processed it yet. So then over here is my third one. So that's giving me my $50 bonus so far. You can see in these, we'll use Shelly's because you got a lot of purple people right now. So a lot of people have processed their orders already. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on her top line that have already done 100 PV LRP. And everybody else down here, see there's 5 here, there's 4 here. So those 2 have their $50 bonus. And one way you can tell just by quickly looking at it, this group volume button, it puts the doTERRA O on their tummy. So when you see the doTERRA O down there, it means that they've already got their 600 PV total between themselves and their top line. They've got their 3 people. They're set up for Power 3. You can tell that right just by looking at that. Now this one doesn't have the purple or doesn't have the doTERRA O in the tummy, and there's a blue man down there. So qualified template, and then 2 purples. So 2 people have already placed. So this one, we'd be waiting on this one until that blue person processes their order. Then most likely the volume will bump up here. I don't want to get too personal, but I might have to click on somebody here. Well, let me click on Shelly. Is that okay, Shelly? Okay, so I can click on any of these people down here and it will show, see, this shows me what Shelly's top line volume and her 3 people, she's got her $50 bonus. So I could click on these people over here and find out where their top line volume is, how many key players do they need, that kind of thing. So that's a way to kind of target, like, who else do you need? Where do you need the volume? Power 3 view only shows you your top 3 levels because that's all you need to see for Power of 3. You don't need to see all the other levels. So this will show you where you're missing people and where you need more volume. And then you can hover over everybody, see what their template is. Did they process their order already? Did they not? This is a lot of times where you can catch, I'm going to do this person right here. So she's got 117.50 LRP template. You see LRP template is saved there at 117.50, but her next LRP run date is 9/24, right? So this tells me girlfriend's got a credit card that's expired and it's been expired for a while. So this is a really good way, especially if you see these people in blue consistently and their orders are never processing. I always shoot them a message, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but your credit card expired. If you want to update it in the system. The cool thing about LRP, if you have a credit card that expires, it still holds your spot. So it's sort of a cheating way of holding your spot in the program. then if you, so say you miss a month, you forget all about it. I've had people, a month or two goes by and I've mentioned it to them and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I wasn't getting my orders. Like maybe they had a move or a life change or something like that. Just totally didn't realize they weren't getting their orders. And then go in and update it. Their spot is still held. They're still at the right percentage that they should have been at. They still have their points. It's basically just like reviving your LRP and going from there. So, okay. Okay, I think that's good for Power 3. Anybody else have questions on Power 3?
That's when you went back into your back office
Mm-hmm.
and the little blue button was blue. The $50 button was blue.
Yep.
That means that you have fulfilled, everybody's fulfilled, I don't want to say commitment, under the Power 3.
Orders. Yeah. To
Blue.
qualify me for the
That's
50.
a good way to tell if you qualified too.
Yes, yes. Because then this will pop up as my 250 qualifies. So like when I jumped over here, I can instantly see why my 250 isn't highlighted. It's because my main person right here, who all these other people under are going to help qualify as well. This one order hasn't processed yet. So that's why it all hasn't fallen into place. And then like down here, especially on this team, I'll look down in here, see what everybody's orders are. You can see like on this leg, there's nobody that's highlighted blue or purple. So I might just check and see what people's templates are. Sometimes people are at like 96.5 and I'm like, throw a chapstick on there. Like I'll send you $5 or I'll send you a Starbucks gift card or something. So depending on what bonus you're getting, if it's your $50 bonus, you may not care so much. You may just kind of let it roll. If it's a $250, especially a $1,500 bonus, I mean, most people, that's looking at paying your mortgage. So if you're looking at that high dollar amount, it is worth it to jump in there and try to make up some of that volume if they're short. So the way that can look, let me use, so maybe I'm really trying hard here not to show people's names, but let's do, I'm just going to go here. Okay, for Luca, she's got 59. So say I need her to be at 100 in order to totally get my $1,500 bonus. Like it's all writing on that. So she needs 41 PV basically. So what I might do then, oh, she hasn't even processed her order for this month, so it might bump up. See, it says 223. So ahead of time, I can always say, maybe she lives close to me. I might say, hey, would you tack on, a couple items for me? I'll give you the money for it. Just give it to me when it comes in, when it ships in. And I make her order up to 100 PV. Maybe the order is already processed and I'm going back and trying to figure out how can I get my bonus. I can do it one of two ways. I can either ask the person, can I have your account login? And I will create a second LRP template. I'll put my credit card information, my shipping address, and my order in there, and I make it 41 PV or 45 or whatever it is that I come up with. I process the order right then, and then I normally wait about 2 or 3 days. I go back into their account and completely delete that template. So the way that looks, if I'm back here, say I'm in somebody else's account, they have their current template here. I don't want to mess with their template. I don't want to change anything. I want them to have their template the way it is. So I do create new loyalty reward. I normally pick a date. Yeah, it's confused. Why? You already have one. Okay, so I normally pick a date out further. So we're already in February. I might pick out to March so that if I, for some reason, space this and forget to cancel it, I'll remember between now and March with all my reminders in my phone. So I'll pick the date for March, let's say March 19th, and then you go down.
No, I always cancel it right then and there, and I've never had a problem.
Yeah, some people do
You do it
that.
just to be safe?
I do it just to be safe, yeah, because I normally am doing more than just like 1 or 2 orders. So
right. I'm just afraid
in
I'll
order to
forget.
save my sanity and make sure it all goes through and I don't have to go back and remember who I ordered what under, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And sometimes I'll forget, did I order such and such under so-and-so? And so if I log back into their account, I can see my template there, and then it's just you do it however you want, for real. Like this is my own system to keep me from not going crazy. So, so then you just pick your items in here, you add it. So see, now creating new loyalty rewards, you can view your cart. I got to move my people bar. So then the cart will be here. You can, let's just say I add, we want a skincare set. So I'm going to we'll do this, add customizable skincare set. Nope, I don't want to add on at all. Because these are really good deals, but I don't want the deals. I just want the pack only. I'm going to add the pack. And then, oh, there it goes. Takes a minute, little delay. Review loyalty rewards. I'm at 85 PV. Great, I've met the PV amount that I need. Down here, I go in manage addresses. I can add my own address. Down here, I can add my own credit card. I change this. It's normally defaults to the person whose account you're in. Change this to my email so I get the email confirmations. Choose your shipping option and then proceed to checkout. So you process everything right then. So then when I come back in, now it depends on how you work this. There's certain people that I add volume to almost every month. And so I leave my address and my credit card saved in there. They don't touch it. I trust them. We've got a good relationship. If it's somebody that you're not quite sure of, you can come back in here, manage addresses, delete your address, and delete your credit card. And then save. Okay, the way you have to do that, let me give that tip because this will throw people off. I've processed my order. The second LRP is in place. Great. I'm going to just say save and process on the 19th. Okay, and then back to shop. So here's the two orders then. I would go back in. Okay, so I go back in here. I edit this. And then down here at the bottom, delete this loyalty reward. So you want to delete your template first. Yes, I want to delete. And then after that, you can you go back into the person whose account you're in, into their primary LRP. I don't ever touch anything in here. I just go into manage addresses and manage payment methods and delete my information from there. I save their LRP again because it's still all their same information that was in there. It's just you can't delete your personal information like your credit card and your shipping address. Well, your shipping address you could, but your credit card you can't delete because until you delete your LRP template, because the second template that you have has your payment information saved in it. So it'll give you an error message that says, can't do that because there's currently a template that's going to use that payment method. So you have to actually delete your template first and then go into the person's original template and delete your payment method from there. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Shannon's nodding approval, so hopefully. And then I just save their normal template and log out of their account and I'm done. So, and now the perk about it is, because sometimes this conversation can be awkward, like how do I ask this person if I can get into their account? So you either ask, will you give me your contact or your login information, or I'll tell you, jump on the phone with me, I'll give you my order, you add it all in there yourself and process it. I've literally never had anybody say, yes, I have the time for that. So they're normally like, here's my login information. So the perk, the way that I say this is, look, I'm going to be ordering probably over 50 point value, so you're going to get points back off my order. And my shipping points, they get dumped back into their point bank. Great, they get some free points for letting me borrow their account. So it's a win-win for everybody. So I've never had anybody say, no, you can't do that. Okay, power 3. We good on that? Okay, I'm going to slide over here. So this is the residual earnings, what we call unilevel. I'm going to slide this down so we can see this full thing. Okay, so unilevel is the one payment that you do not need to have 100 PV LRP because this is your commission. This is your paycheck. And there are certain rules in paying through businesses that people cannot say you are required to spend in order to earn. So Here it is. Here is how you are not required to spend in order to earn your paycheck. So you will get these percentages on everybody no matter what your LRP is. So that is why it says for here, let me scoot down so you can actually see the title there. Wellness Advocate, your monthly point value requirement on your LRP, 50 points. So 50 points, hold your spot in LRP, gives you point back, gives you unilevel pay. So that's why the other pay forms of payment are called bonuses. So you'll catch on to that. And a lot of the other things they label as a bonus, like performance pool bonus, things like that. So, okay. 50 point value as a wellness advocate, you enroll one person, here it is. You get 2% off of what they order after their fast start period. So for the first 60 days, you're gonna be making the 20%. If you enroll somebody and place them on your top line, after the 60 days, it's 2%. So this sounds tiny, and in some cases, yes, it is, but as your teams grow and as you get more and more people, this is where these percentages here are where the majority of your paycheck ends up coming from. Okay, so bumping up to manager, in order to qualify for manager, you need to have 100 PV in your LRP at all times and process 100 PV. Now notice, this is just always your monthly requirement from here on out. Just 100 PV, that's all you need to do. So then your monthly OV, that's overall volume for your team. So monthly OV needs to be 500 PV, and that means you advance to the rank of manager. And at manager, you get paid 2 levels down. So you gain a level here. If you've got people on your first and second levels, you'll get paid on both of them, and you get a higher percentage on your second level. So if you see this, each time you advance in a rank, you're gaining another level deep. And it's getting more and more in percentage. So this is opposite of what a lot of compensation plans for direct sales companies are. Most of the time, this 7% is up here. You're getting 7% in your top. You get 2% down here. It gives you 0 reason to stack people under your people because you make way more if they all sit on your top line. So this is why our compensation plan works. I've done 4 direct sales companies before, never made a dime in any of them. doTERRA I have. So they really mastered this. They studied it. They figured out what worked and what didn't, and they implemented it. And they honestly will make tweaks to their compensation plan if there's things they're not seeing working well or things that they could improve and make a little bit better. Okay, so bumping right up the chain here, I'm going to kind of breeze through these few ranks. Director, you just need overall volume for the month of 1,000. Executive, it's 2,000. Elite, 3,000. So elite is what we call our foundation rank. This is the rank where you just need 3,000 overall volume. That's it. You don't need specific people to be doing anything fancy. It's just 3,000 overall volume. So as you get into premier rank, this is the one rank that's a little bit funky. You need 5,000 overall volume here, but then qualified legs, you need 2 qualified legs at the leg requirement is that they be at executives. You need 2 legs at the executive rank. So if you look back at executive, that's 2,000 each. So you have 2 legs at 2,000 each, that's 4,000, but you need 5,000 total volume. So this is the one rank where you actually need a little bit more volume than what your leg requirements will pull. Now you could have an executive that's sitting at 2,700. They just barely made elite. You could have one that's at 2,400, or you could have the 2 executives that just barely slide by at 2,000, and then somewhere else on your team on another leg, it is another 1,000 is made up there. Let me jump back to this picture because this helps with organization graphic. So say this is you, here's one of your executive legs, and here's another one of your executive legs. That does not mean you're premier. So you can only have one person on each, I call them legs. I mean, I don't know what else they're called really. One person on each leg that qualifies you for rank. So if you've got 2 executives here, but these 2 are sitting over here at, manager or director, you don't qualify as premier. So it needs to be this person and this person, or this person and this person, or this person and this person, or maybe it's this person and this person. So as long as they're enrolled to you, they have to be enrolled to you, and no, as long as they're on separate legs of your team, then you can qualify to advance off of them. Does that make sense?
I have a question.
Yes.
Say that I enrolled somebody, but I placed them strategically under someone who's orange, and that person is elite.
Okay.
And so because I enrolled them directly, but I placed them underneath someone, that would qualify as what you're talking about.
Are you enroller of the orange person?
Yes.
Okay, so you're enroller of both people. So yeah, that would mean it's basically this and this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then no, because that means they're under the same leg.
Okay.
Yeah, so if
say that blue person I enrolled,
mhm.
and then they enrolled someone in orange, and then I placed somebody in light blue under them.
Uh-huh.
And that would qualify?
No, because it's all the same leg.
Okay.
So it has to be different legs. So it can be multiple levels down. It just needs to be a separate leg from what your other, well, does that make sense?
Yeah, it can't be two elites in the same leg.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Or two whatever in the same leg. They just can't be down. They have to be sideways somehow, whether it's, here, or here, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Sidelines, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So, being enroller of somebody. Okay. So this is a cool thing that doTERRA allows us to do. If you are enroller of someone who is hitting executive for the first time, let me go back to this. So say this is my top line person, and she's got 3 people. She's trying to go for gold. So she's trying to get these 3 to premier, which means these people, there needs to be at least 2 executives out of all 3 of these legs, if that makes sense. So say this person has, 1, 2 executive, great, they're side by side. This person has an executive here, an executive down here. They have 5,000 overall volume. There's 5,000 overall volume here. Great, these 2 are both premier. Well, this one has an executive here, and then over here is someone that I placed there. I'm the enroller of them, but they are hitting executive for that month. And if she was enroller of this person, she would qualify for premier. But I'm enroller. So what you can do is actually transfer enrollership of somebody over to them. So I'm enroller of this person. I can transfer it to this person. And then she qualifies executive leg, bam, she's premier. Does that make sense? Okay, so you can transfer enrollership of a person one time in your doTERRA career, of that one person. Not only one person can you transfer, but that specific person you can transfer once, and then if that flops, they can transfer enrollership back. So say this person, she's got executive here, I transfer enroller of my person right here. She starts to really take off, she hits elite, or premier after that, and this person fizzles and is no longer building the business. Her executive fizzled because she fizzled, and this person's down here just killing it. Well, she's enrolled to this person here, so that doesn't help any of us out. What can happen is this person can then transfer enroller of this person back to me, but can't transfer it to anybody else. So couldn't transfer it to this person. Well, I mean, unless that was me, but I'm pretending this is my top line person. So if that was me, she could transfer it back, and that's great, because then even though this person is down here, I can use her to rank advance. If this is not me, then that doesn't really help this person out. It just means that I have another leg advancing, and I continue to support and build down here, but it doesn't help me for rank advancement. So it doesn't ever mean we drop them. We don't ever drop leaders. So if they're still building and sharing, no matter who they're enrolled to or who they're placed to, we always support. And then if there can be a change in enroller in order to benefit us, or to help with a structure, or if we can move them somehow, we can always look into that. Okay. So Premier's the funny one. Silver, back up to Silver here. Overall volume from Premier rank on, again, is only 5,000. So from Silver on is really, as long as you have your leg requirements at the certain ranks that they're supposed to be at, then you're hitting that 5,000. So for Silver, you need 3 people to be elite. So referencing back here, elite is 3,000 each. So if you have 3 at 3,000, you got 9,000. You're already past your 5,000. You're good to go. So at Silver, you get paid on your 7th level down. And this is where you max out. You get paid at your 7th level down from here on out, and that's as deep as it goes. So 7% on your 7th level. So one of the cool things about this is if you are, say you're enrolling a spa who's going to be ordering both retail items to sell on their shelves and stuff, maybe they've got therapists that are using oils in their treatment rooms, then it's just going to be a lot of volume coming in, right? I'm probably going to look at least on the 6th to 7th levels, where could I place this spa? If I place them down here on 6th level, then all these levels that are in between, say they're all builders, they're all going to reap this benefit of this giant amount of volume that the spa is going to be placing. Plus, I'm then getting 6% after my fast start pay ends. I'm getting 6% on what they order every single month. So when you look at the big volume of that, that's totally worth it. Plus, you have 5 leaders in between here that can all help you in supporting this spa as well. Maybe you're not available to help them with an event. Great, you've got 5 other leaders that all benefit off of their volume, that all have a vested interest in this spa. They're going to step up and help. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to break for a second here and jump down to this sheet so we can explain a couple of the bonuses that start at Premier level. So at Premier and Silver, I'm going to show you this part, Empowerment Pool. This is the new thing that doTERRA implemented last year. When you think about up to elite rank, it's just 3,000 overall volume. That's pretty easy to, I don't want to say easy. It's easier to achieve than some of the higher ranks because you don't need certain legs at certain ranks. Okay, so it's just overall volume. So once you're looking towards Premier, it's the funny one. You need a random $1,000 out of nowhere if you just have your people at 2,000. So this can be a challenging rank. Silver can be a little bit more challenging too. You're stepping more into leadership roles. You might feel like you're carrying all the weight of your team. So these 2 roles can be really challenging. They implemented what's called the Empowerment Pool. If you hit Premier rank for the month and you have enrolled 1 person, at least 1 person, it can be 7, it doesn't matter, but at least 1 person, you get 1% of the Empowerment Pool. Same at Silver. If you hit Silver and you enroll at least 1 person, you get 1% of the Empowerment Pool. So what that is basically is a chunk of money that Diamonds and above were making that they basically revamped and put it down to Premier and Silver ranks because that's more where it's really let's keep you interested. Let's keep you enrolling at least 1 person a month. Keep you supporting your team, but it's still enrolling, you're still growing, and you're going to keep moving forward. A lot of people burn out at these ranks and they jump ship. So they really want to make sure that you stay in it, you stay in the game because the payoff up here is way more worth it. Okay, so Premier, you get part of the Empowerment Pool. Now Silver is where you get Leadership Pool. That's what this is, Leadership Performance Pool.
So do you want to say how much money Empowerment Pool is basically? Because that's kind of where
it can be. It's been ranging between, about 250 to 300, 350, something like that. So, that's a good that could be a car payment depending on what kind of car you drive. So, or it can pay for your oils. Think about it that way. It pays for your oils. Okay, so Leadership Pool money. This is global commissions. So commissions for everywhere around planet Earth is coming into this one pool, and you get a chunk of it basically. So you get 2% as 1 share. Number of shares you get at Silver rank is 1. So you get 2%. Gold bumps up to 5 shares. Platinum bumps up to 10 shares. You see this? It doubles. So this is really where between Silver rank jumping up to gold and platinum, your paychecks can be a lot bigger and they can almost double between these ranks right here. So the cool thing about silver is you kind of get a double dip. You get part of leadership pool and you get this empowerment pool as long as you enrolled one person. So it's a really good way to just make some extra cash and keep momentum in your business. That's the key. Really keep enrolling a person a month, a person a month. That's really a great system to stick by. Of course, you have months where you just have more people enrolled. Something big happened. Maybe you did a vendor event. Maybe you had a great class with a lot of turnout. Whatever it is. But as long as you're doing at least one person a month, that's 12 new people you're adding to your team a year, you alone, minus all the other people in your organization that are adding people. So, okay, and then this plus one down here. This is if you have, on the month that you hit silver or gold or platinum, if you have a person who is enrolled to you hit elite, the rank of elite for the first time, and it says this down here somewhere. They've redone this document. It's in there somewhere. Anyway, if they hit elite for the first time that month that you hit silver, gold, platinum, then you get a bonus share for them. So you get, instead of this one share, you would get 2 shares. So if you have somebody that hits elite and you're gold, you get 6 shares. Does that make sense? Okay, so now some people, when they first hit silver, they might have at least one, if not 2 people hitting the rank of elite for the first time. So silver for the first time is pretty fun because you can generally line it up to where you're getting at least 1, if not 2 to 3 extra shares here between this and your enrollment, your empowerment enrollment. So if you have 1 enrollment during that month, you hit silver, 2 of your enrollees hits elite for the first time, you've got 3 shares plus your empowerment pool money. You're looking at what's going to be close to a gold paycheck with this 5 shares. So that's a really fun time when you hit silver for the first time. Okay, so gold, platinum. Let's talk more about, let's see, Premier. I think the average income at Premier, I'm shooting off the top of my head here. I'm going to say between $1,500 and $2,500, and that could be low. Silver range, they say ranges between $2,500 and $3,000. I see it hover more between $3,500 and $4,000. Gold, so think almost double. We're $2,500, you're looking at like $45,000 to $6,000. Platinum, it's around $85,000 to $9,000. Sometimes you can be pushing $10,000 at platinum. Diamond ranks, we're looking at like 10 to 14. Up here, blue diamond. Now we're just getting silly money. This is just dumb, right? What do you do with that money every month? Okay, so blue diamonds, like, 16 to 18, 20,000 a month. Presidential can be anywhere from, 15 to, I know a double presidential diamond that makes 250 grand a month. So yeah, I saw that, Shannon. I saw that. Good thing you're muted. Okay, I'm not going to dive into diamond pools because these can be really overwhelming for people. I mean, get our heads around this, and then this will start to make sense. Now, your plus ones down here for diamond ranks, you get the elite on the plus one down here. Now your people, by this time, as you're bouncing through these ranks, you're looking at people that are at the higher ranks, right? So when you're diamond, your plus one is for a premier. When you're blue diamond, your plus one is for a silver. So you have someone hit premier for the first rank, then you get the plus one here. And it can be the same person that hit elite down here. It doesn't matter. So anyway, so that's the cool part about the compensation plan. Lots of money. There's dynamic compression here. So what this means, all of that, those arrows up, that means we got anybody in here who's not making a paycheck. Say this player right here is doing less than 100 PV. So all of this pay that they should have been getting for their unilevel gets bumped up to the level above them. So someone gets paid at each one of these ranks, if that makes sense. So if this person's skipping out on their payment by not doing 100 PV, then it gets bumped up a level and the people above them get that pay. I hope that makes sense. So, okay. Unilevel, power of 3 bonus, they all come on the 15th of the month paycheck. And, same with empowerment pool, leadership pool, all of that. All of that gets broken down into your pay statement, basically. Let me bounce back over here. It logged me out. So some of you will see your I think it's elite rank and above. In your back office, you'll see a lot more on back office, like down in, oh, there's a delay, sorry. Down in here, this will look a little different. This will look a little different. Your bonus pay, you have these little cool little wavy charts. You can click commission summary. If you see the My Earnings box and don't see these charts, just click commission summary, or if you go up here, you can go to commission summary there. So, and it's gonna show you primary, secondary, bonus. So here's primary, and yeah, we've only got 1 month so far for the year. So if I want to go back to 2017 and look at my primary, it'll update. Here we go. So see, all over the place. And then you can click down here and click on this and get your statement and see what the breakdown is. Okay, so, oh, and then secondary. Secondary, this is your fast start pay. So this will show you the ranges of your secondary. Oh, that's pretty. That looks like a heart chart. Okay, so I'm going to jump over to actually compensation plan. Questions? Any questions on that?
I don't have a question, but I'm going to have to leave the meeting because I have an appointment via Skype at 5.
Okay, it's 5.
Okay, yep. All right, so thank you very much for the information.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
I'll post the recording link once we're done, and then you can catch the rest.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so no compensation questions? Crickets. I'm hearing crickets. All right. I'm going to go over here to back office a little bit. I know somebody mentioned, let me see what the question was. Oop. Oh, shoot. Let's see. One moment, please. Oh, Marie, you mentioned back office, general explanation about what we need to know, how to navigate it. Okay. Oh, and Heather had asked about how to find out when our points expire. So this is a good one. Okay, points. When you earn your points, you have up to a year to use them. They will expire after a year. Now, how do you know if it's been a year and how many points will expire at the year mark? I don't know. There it is. I have no idea how you know that, mostly because I don't ever save my points. I end up reusing them, like using them to get free product that I put back into my team. So 2 schools of thought on this. You can use it for, use your points for your own product, your own use, or you can look at that as something you never had in the first place, cash it out for free items, and then dump it back into incentives for your team. So now as you advance more in ranks, you're going to hear a lot more about reinvesting in your team. When you're at some of the smaller ranks, absolutely use those for yourself. You really want to build your collection, make sure you have enough. That makes sense. But if you have enough points where you don't know if they're going to expire enough or not, you need to cash them out. That's my ticket. That's how you handle that situation. So I know that's not good. And really, if you need to know the answer to that, call customer service because they can probably look it up. I have no idea how to tell that from your back office. So that was a little snarky, but that's truly, you know, how I feel about that. Okay, Marie, back office. Let's see. Hopefully with this dashboard, the power of 3, we played around with that a little bit more. Let's look at qualification here. So this bar is going to tell you what rank you're currently at, what your overall team volume is for your whole team. This won't make a whole lot of difference unless you're really looking at that premier rank, making sure this is 5,000 while you have your 2 executive legs. So, okay, in order for me to hit silver for this month, I need 3 elites. I love doing this drop down. You can look ahead, see what you're missing. I've got 2 of them because they're highlighted in blue. That means 2 people already qualify. And then my 1 last person. So remember back to my power of 3 view, the 1 person on my top line had not processed their LRP yet. So really, once that processes, I'm going to get a more accurate look at what my team is qualifying for this month. And then, on and on up the chain. What do I need for gold? What do I need for platinum? How about diamond? I'm shooting for, diamond some month. Let's see how far away from that I am. So you can play with this, check it all out. If you click on these, it'll list the name of the people that are qualifying you. So you'll know right off the bat, who are your qualifiers and who are you left with? Like, who else do you maybe need to throw a promotion out, an incentive, or BOGO week might put you over the edge. So we'll talk more about BOGO week here in a little bit. Period. Here you can bounce back 3 months. So if I want to see how I did for January or see how I did for December, you can kind of bounce back and keep looking. Power of 3 view, all of that. You can only look back 3 months at a time. So that's kind of the disadvantage. Some people just try to track it in another notebook. Just so that you know what you hit, what ranks you hit, that kind of thing. As you get higher in the ranks, a lot of people like to look back the previous year. Where was I at of, February 2017? How far have I come? Is my volume good or bad? Is the situation looking worse than it was before? What do I need to do? That kind of thing. Keeps you in check. So back here on the team tab, here's where you can see a lot of different views of what's going on your team. You can see graphical tree and detailed genealogy. These are going to be some of the more common used links right here. You've got team map. This is just going to show you how many people you've got enrolled in which state in a graph view or a map view, I'm sorry. Sponsor changes. So when we enroll somebody and we are enroller of them, we have 14 days to move them once they enroll. So say I've got somebody who I enrolled 10 days ago, I need to place them where I need to place them. I click in here and they're gonna show up there and I can change their sponsor from that list there. So striking distance. This one is gonna show you people that are close to their next rank. So this is kind of a cool way to see, where certain people are at, where their qualified legs are at, how far, what percentage they are to their rank. 98, Lynette here's 98.59% from her rank, achieving her rank. So this is a cool way of looking at, just play around in here. I mean, you're gonna get the feel of it once you start playing around. I'm gonna go back. Okay, so I'm gonna pop into graphical tree. So graphical tree, the bigger your team gets, will get uglier. This gets really messy. So the more you learn how to tweak your view, the better you will be able to, check this all out. So tree details here, you can, shrink or expand this menu. Tree configuration. This is where, okay, so see, it's currently showing me 4 levels down. So I can change it. Maybe I want them all to be small and I want to see 9 levels down. I do update and I'm looking at entire organization for my member type, tree line type, even indirect lines. So here it's going to pop out. So see, it shrunk the pictures a little bit more. So now I'm seeing 9 levels deep. You can see down here, I've got arrows. That means there's even 10, 11, 12 levels. There's more levels deep down there. So as you slide to the side, you can slide back and forth, whatever you want to do to see your people. The little key is right here. You guys will figure this out if you haven't already. Purple just means these guys are all in here, purples. They're just wholesale customers. Wellness advocates. Green is wholesale customers. So purple green shows you the big difference. Anybody that's green is not going to have people under them. So, you see this green people here, they don't have anybody else enrolled underneath them down here. This is a purple person with a bunch of greens under it. So purple means they're wellness advocate. They can enroll and build the business. And green means they're wholesale customer. So then the different ranks that you see in there, executive, elite, here's the different colors. So like here's a elite right there. If I keep scrolling over, I'm gonna see I see some purples, dark greens, yellows in here. That's showing me what everybody's different ranks are. Black diamond means they're a customer. So these are just all people that ordered either off your website or you shipped something to them separately. Open square means their account is suspended. Hold on, I have an open square somewhere. Over here. Yep. right here. This one is in a suspended account. So that means they either terminated their account or they swapped. This person right here used to be building this team right here. So they wanted out and didn't want to build the business anymore. So they suspended their account. This green person moved in and this person sits over here as suspended. Now in 6 months, that person can reactivate their account if they'd like, or they can just hang out and not ever order doTERRA again. So whatever they want to do. Okay, so the circle, you see this one has a purple circle, this one has a purple square, and this one has no square around their person. So this means that there is no LRP. So let's see. Yep, like these guys over here. No LRP, they're just purple. If they're purple square like this one, that means they have an LRP template, but it's less than 100. And here's a purple circle. It means they have an LRP template over 100. So you could be looking at this view. I know right here, this one, and this one are all builders. You can tell that from their structure. You can tell that from their rank color. They've got circles around their little guys. So, you know, they've got LRPs over 100. They're probably qualifying this person here as for their Power 3 bonus and their rank. So, you know, just by looking at this view, you can start to really get a picture of what's going on in your team. Okay, so there's been times where, Shannon, can I use your team? Okay, so I'm gonna pull up Shannon. I wanna look just at Shannon's team. I don't wanna find her in here because that's a mess. So I'm gonna just search for her. It's gonna pull her up. I'm gonna say, I'll say 8 levels down, update. And then I get Shannon's pretty little tree. So here it is. It's super simple. I don't have to weed through all those people. Now I can look at her picture a lot better. So this is a really cool way of really analyzing who's on your team, what is going on. If you need to help a member out, this is a great view to check out, you know, how a person on a leader on your team's team might look. That makes sense. Okay. So highlight section here, you know, you can pick if you want to see only new members. Maybe you want to throw out notes to only new members or see only those that are on loyalty rewards. That type of thing. You can just start pointing and clicking and checking and unchecking, refreshing. The more you do that and the more you play in here, the more you're going to get to know what's going on. Okay, so that's graphical tree. Over here to detailed genealogy is going to be list view of your team. So there it was in organizational structure. Now we're going to see it in a list. So this is super cool. One of the things with our website change is we no longer see who the heck this person is. We don't see their name. So that, I have been told, is being worked on. Now it's been being worked on for quite a while, so I don't know when it'll be fixed. But just be aware that that's a common problem. You can click on your people. This is just me, but I'm going to click on it. You can click on your person there. You're going to get the rundown. Oh, that's what they look like. Here's the rank that they're currently at. Here's the rank that they've achieved in the eyes of the company. You know, how can I help this person? Like, what rank are they at? Where are they? How far are they away from their bonus? That kind of thing. Maybe I need to give them a call. If I click on their picture there or wellness advocate information, there's their phone number. Actually, we don't see no, I'm going to go back. I need to use somebody else. Let me use Shelly. Let me use you. Is that okay? Here you are. Okay, so I click on her. Oh, I do see all your information. Is it just maybe it's just, oh, it's wholesale customers we don't see anymore. The contact information for. Shannon, you know this. It's the wholesale customers that we don't see anymore, not necessarily builders. Oh, you're muted.
It's all of them for me. Like to go in and look at their orders.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't see anybody's anymore.
Oh.
It was, for a while, it was only people who were still in the old system that hadn't transferred over, but now everybody's in the new system, so I can't see anything.
Let me check somebody who hasn't ordered in a while. Oh, I can see. Okay. Well, how come I can see it then and you can't? Shelly, can you see all your people's contact information?
Yes.
Okay, maybe it's based on rank.
Shannon, are you talking about
their contact information or what their order
Oh, that's what I'm thinking
was, because
about.
I can't see their orders any longer,
That's
but
what
I
I was
can.
thinking about. Yeah, thank you. Good Lord.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what it was.
Okay. So yeah, you can get their contact information from there, either their email, their phone number. You want to send them a postcard, something like that. You can get that all in there. And then, yeah, what Shelly was talking about here is you used to, well, I can't use myself. Let me use Shelly again. Where are you? Here. So you can click, so see for February, her personal point volume here, her overall team. So this one's highlighted or underlined. You can click on it. And you used to be able to see orders of people in here, which comes in handy sometimes, for random reasons. If you want to send them a gift, you want to check, make sure they didn't order that last month or something like that. Or if
It used to be good to track their order. That's what I used it for all the time. If their order didn't come in,
Oh, to
that was
track
my
it.
main thing. Yeah, that was really the only thing that I didn't really need to know what they were ordering, just
the tracking
where
number.
it was.
Okay.
But we can't do it anymore.
Yeah. So, and I would check it sometimes too to see where they had their LRP shipped. Because sometimes they don't change their address on their account, and they change it, of course, in their LRP because they're updating that constantly. So maybe they've moved and their LRP has the correct ship address. So if I'm sending them something, I wanted to make sure I had the updated shipping address. So unless I knew for sure that it was updated, I would always go back in there and check. But anyway, we can't do that anymore, so we shouldn't even need to talk about this. Okay. Let's look at quickly some of the other things that you can look at on the team tab, and then I want to jump through some of these questions and hit BOGOs for sure, because I know that was a question. Boy, the sun glare is really cramping my look. So, okay, we've gone through this. Total members, it shows me right here. It breaks it down, how many people I have on each level, how many people I've got in each country. Here's a graph view, who's at what rank. You can click on these, see how many people are at each different ranks. You can click on that and get the list of people. So really just a lot of different ways to view your team, depending on, maybe you're looking for, certain people. Sometimes I do like premiers and above. I want to send them something, or I went the wrong direction, premiers and above. So maybe I want to send them something. Maybe I want to send all the executives something to really motivate them to jump to elite, whatever it is, whatever the reason might be that you're trying to look at different types of categories of people. Here it's in funnel view, so this is cool. Again, you can get your list of people by clicking on those. Upline listing, this is going to show you who our whole upline is. So above, this of course shows above me who upline is, and that's based on sponsor. So this is not just enroller, this is sponsor based. So this is literally doTERRA, the person who's direct to doTERRA, and then all the people in between me and them. So back here again, rank for premier and above, you can look at in a report. You can look at in graphical tree. So again, like say I'm inviting premiers and above to some special leadership training, how to mentor your team or something. I can pull a report and get all those people here. Find out who canceled their LRP in the last 60 days. Maybe I want to give them a call. Were you unhappy? Is there anything I can do to get you to jump back on? Whatever you can do, customer service, basically right here. So action items, you can add kind of a to-do list. I don't pay attention to this. I have to have it like alerting me in my face, so I use my phone. Whatever works for you. So message center, you guys have probably all seen this before. Up here you have your envelope with a number in it sometimes if you have a message, or you might get an email in your inbox that says you have a message. Here's where it is. You come into your message center. This is normally people in our upline that are trying to email everyone in the team below about either a training or a promotion or something like that. So you can also send messages. You can block people if you want, whatever you want to do. Business groups. So this is where it costs an extra $10 per month. And this is really where you're able to see different groups of people, email different groups of people. I can't necessarily send a message to just anyone on my team right here. So if I wanted the freedom to send messages to groups of people, I can do that just by subscribing to this, and then I have that opened up to me. So this is a little bit about the back office. Marie, if you're still on and I didn't answer a question, enroll a wellness advocate. Most of you guys know this kind of stuff. Business advancement team. If you guys don't know about this, tune in. Boy, the sun glare is killing me. So when you are silver rank and above, I forgot to mention this before, when you're silver rank and above, you get account managers. That's dark now. I can't win over here. You get an account manager. So when you're silver and above, you get an account manager group. So it's based on region of the country. So Pacific, Mountain, Central, East Coast, that kind of thing. So you have a group of people that you can contact. If you have a business question, I strategize with my account managers. So I talk with them every 2 weeks. I have one person that I talk with, and we strategize a little bit. I tell her things I might be challenged with. Maybe I need a new idea on something. I just brainstorm with her, really. She gives me goals. I have to be held accountable. I have to read a book, all kinds of personal development and good schmoozy stuff that's really good for all of us. We should all be doing it. So, okay, so account managers come when you're silver rank and above. A business advancement team is for premier and below. So up until you hit silver rank, you can call the business advancement team and they will answer business questions for you. And I've had some people do this. They seem to be pretty well educated, answer the questions pretty well. So trust them and give them a call, rely on them. If you have anything that you, maybe your upline can't answer or maybe they're not available. There's been times where I'm stumped on something. So I'll say, call the business advancement team. They'll be able to help you. Okay, so quick reports over here. Who's enrolled in the last 3 months? You guys can read. Just click on them and you'll start to get the feel of what's going on here. Just a bunch of different types of reports, things that you can pull to try to help you maneuver and manage your business. So, and some of you might like this stuff more than others. Some of you may never touch it. Just depends. So, okay, new advancements down here, top enrollers, percentage of growth. So these are just different ways to look at the people on your team. New advancements, I acknowledge everybody who's advanced for the month on our Facebook group, our leadership group. So I'm sure you all have seen this or been recognized yourselves. You can do the full list view here. And now if it gets to the end of the month, I normally wait till the last day of the month to pull this report, sometimes till the 1st, because actually people have jumped qualification the very last minute of the month. So they're no longer on the list. So you can go back again 3 months here too. So I can look back to see who qualified in January for what. And I actually just print this out. I do a right click and print, and I print my little report and I go from there. So however you want to do that. Some people do rewards for top enroller. I know a lot of you have gotten gifts from Monica. Monica Goodsell is one of our Blue Diamond leaders. So she will send out things for top enroller. So same thing here. You can pull the report here as well. You can manage all your members right here, your new members, your personal enrollments here, get the full list, see where their LRPs are at. Oh, for crying out loud. One moment. My son is at the door. Hold on. So sorry. Okay. Whew. All right. All right. Any questions on back office? Okay. Speak. Quick, quick, quick. Or you're going to lose your chance. Okay. So I'm going to go through some of these other ones that were asked. When you have people interested but having problems committing to the monthly LRP, what is a good way to get them to understand that it's more of a life change versus some stinky stuff? Yes, Regal's 6-week class. Okay, so Ariel mentioned, how do you get them to get onto LRP if they're afraid of it? Okay, let's be honest. We've all had people that are freaked out by monthly ordering. So one way I explain it is I say it's like a Costco card. If you guys haven't heard this before, use it because it helps to put it into people's perception a little bit better. You're paying for a Costco membership. You get wholesale prices. You can come and go whenever you want. Buy as much as you want one month, maybe not buy anything again the next month. You can do whatever you want. So really what I say when they enroll, oh, look at that, I got sunburn from my window. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so when they first enroll, I tell them they have 2 ways to order. And this is normally maybe at the enrollment meeting. Maybe we get them enrolled. I say, call me when you get your stuff. I'll come over, or we'll jump on a Zoom conference. We'll chit chat a little bit more. And maybe this is the time that I talk to them about it. I like to go over the Live Guide with them for actually, yeah, I'm just going to explain what I do, what my process is here, and maybe that'll answer the question. So they get their oils. I have scheduled a meeting with them already to come over. Maybe I normally wait like a week, at least a week, if not 2, to let them really dive into their oils, get familiar with things. Sometimes they've already started asking you questions, which is great. You know, they're diving in. If not, then you just go, you meet up with them at that time and bring a Live Guide, which is, hold on, I do have one. This, purple. So you can get this. Worst case scenario, go to sharesuccess.com. You can download them there. I've even done it where if it's somebody who's out of state, I do a Zoom conference just like this. We talk about their oils. Maybe we might go through what oils they got, maybe some different ways that they can use them. If they have questions like, why did I order this oil? I'll pull up sharesuccess.com on here. I share my screen, and then we can look at it from there. So I'll even just do it here. Share. So these, this is the site. Natalie and Andy started this. They are actually in our upline. They're super sweet people. This is the Natural Solutions Guide that we use, the Live, Share, Build, and Launch Guides that we use as well. So these are all actually available in our back office now on our LRP. So if you want to order them, you can tack them onto your LRP orders. Do that. It saves you in shipping, and you get your business material all in one shot. So I order these a couple at a time, these Live Guides. Really cool material in here. Actually, let me just show you. If you haven't seen this before, okay, so some of the, when you click on the links, there's little videos that are really cool that the person can watch. So even if you, you could bump them right over here and watch whatever the video might be. Maybe I want to just do view. Okay, here we go. Live Guide. So you could go page by page. So really what it shows in here, look at this. It's wellness pyramid. It bases this off of the wellness pyramid and gives you just some daily, here's a daily way to start your day. Using all the different products and oils that we have. If you're doing exercise and weight management, here's your morning routine right here. Look at that. They laid it all out for you. So this is a great way for people, emotional balance, what to do with your kids. This really triggers people to, oh, I could be buying that. I could be buying this instead of the cleaner that I'm using. I could be making this glass cleaner instead of the 409 I have in my cabinet. Or phasing things out, maybe buying the toothpaste, the shampoo, conditioner. Here's some on-the-goes that I should have with me and my kiddos. This Correct-X, you know, especially. Let me grab one of these keychains. Maybe you give 8x0 keychains out with your enrollments. Those are great little handouts just for people that when they enroll with little 8 vials in there and the empty keychain, and they can fill them with whatever oils they want for their to-go. How to get peaceful stress and rest management here. So, and then back here you have your wellness consult. So this I like to do within a couple weeks of when they've gotten their enrollment kit. Now I have an iTovi and a Zyto scanner. So if you have one of the biofeedback scanners, this is a great time to scan if you haven't scanned them already at all, or maybe you scan them, you know, when they first enrolled. So it's been a couple weeks now, or maybe even at a prior time before they even enrolled. Maybe it was 2 or 3 weeks before that. They decided to enroll 3 weeks later. Now it's been another 2 weeks. Maybe we want to scan again. So scanning gives you the opportunity to see what would be great for them. It targets their personal needs. You can write out in here. I think there's a way to zoom. I think my Zoom bar is covering it though, I think. Ooh. Maybe it's this? Yeah. Oh. Okay, can you guys still see that? Because it kicked you all off my screen. I don't know. Maybe? Okay. Well, speak up if you can't. So here they can, oh, thank you. Okay, they can write down their health concerns here, maybe things that they got in their enrollment kit here. And additional, maybe they've got, try to think of something else that they might have at home that they wouldn't have ordered that would have been, yeah, go ahead and use that. That would help to support this issue. You know, you can give recommendations here. So of course we are not doctors. We're not writing out prescriptions for them, but this is sort of what this is in reality. We're helping them to kind of have here you can do a morning, noon, and evening, like a prescription pad, basically. Take your Lifelong Vitality in the morning, great. And put balance on your feet. Diffuse, oh, here, you can check balance actually. Diffuse such and such to, you know, wake you up, cheer and motivate to wake you up and get your business day going. You know, here in the afternoon, maybe take a few more Terrazyme to help with that digestion issue, rub some Digestin on your belly, and you're good to go. You know, evening, here's your routine. Some people really need this, like really need this. Like they have no idea what to do with all of this stuff if they don't have it completely written out. Very used to, a lot of the ones that I see that need this are the ones that are used to reading the prescription bottle and following things exactly to the T. So others just like the plan just to get it all in their head. Then they have a week or two, they're in the routine, they know what to do, they're not even looking at this anymore because they already know what to do. So some other things here, yeah, add water, maybe add lemon to your water, make sure you're drinking 8 glasses of water, make sure you're eating 3 meals a day, you know, whatever it might be that's in here, do yoga, something like that. So life empowerment with natural solutions down here, this basically, so this is where I talk to people about ordering. So here it says monthly LRP, month 1 LRP, month 2 LRP, month 3 LRP. So this is a great little, what are they going to order each month for the next 3 months? So this is where I say, let me get out of this full screen so I can see you guys. Okay, so I say when you have your wholesale account, there's 2 ways you can order. So there's standard order or LRP order, loyalty rewards program. So standard order is like, I want to order twice this month, or I want to order this month and then not again for 6 months. You just log into your account. I'll log into their back office for them, or log into mine, show them, and show them how they can order a standard order, what the button is, which button to press, and that you basically put all your information. It's just like shopping at any other website. You add it all to your cart and check out. If they want to participate in Loyalty Rewards program, I explain that. And so I say, this is really the best way to get the most bang for your buck. You're going to stack up on free products, and you're going to really replenish and build your oil inventory. So I use myself as an example. When I first started, I really wanted every oil because it seemed that anytime something came up, I'd look it up, and I didn't have the oil that would work for that. So I was doing 125 PV every month to get the free product of the month. Sometimes I'd do the 200 PV deal. Sometimes I didn't. Maybe I couldn't afford it at the time. So as I went along, I at least did 125 PV to get the free product, replenishing things I'm using, adding in a new item or 2 as I'm going. And that's how I built my stock up. So when you explain how you get the points back by starting at 10%, you bump up another 5% every 3 months till you're earning 30% back. I order 100 PV on my order. I get 30 points put in my point bank plus shipping points. So it's way more than worth it especially the months that I'm ordering bigger. Now, you don't have to order bigger. I tell people this. You do not have to order anything more than 1 item per month. So that could be a chapstick. That could be a citrus bliss lotion, a soap bar. Those are the cheaper items, or even a lemongrass oil. Those are $10. Even if you're paying, $4 to $8 in shipping, you're getting that back in points. Even if it is a small order, you may not be earning points on your order because it's under 50 points, but you're at least getting, you're holding your spot in the program. I really don't see any downside to the LRP because you only have to order one item. And most people are like, yeah, I can see. You order one of those little Citrus Bliss lotions, I throw it in my bag, or a chapstick. Everybody uses chapstick at some point in their life. So, or a tube of toothpaste or something like that. Like there's something that you can order. I've never come across a month where somebody's like, I legit have nothing I can order because I have 7 of everything already. So, okay, so that's kind of how I explain it. Like the Costco membership, there are 2 ways to order. Like, know that. You do not have to commit to Loyalty Rewards program. Really, that is going to be the best way for you to, maximize your dollar spent and get the most back. Some people like to start off where they don't do LRP. They just do standard orders for a little while, and then they switch to LRP. So let them do it how they want. If they're not comfortable, they're not going to order again. So, and that's the key. I want them to order again. I want them to stay with us. I want them to keep learning and keep being educated. If it takes them 2 years to commit and finally enroll, it took them 2 years. So what? So I got them 2 years later, and then they're loyal and they're educated. They feel good about their decision, and it wasn't a sale. So I don't ever want to feel salesy to anybody. So that's kind of my tips on that. Hope that answered that part. So, okay, the moving of people, I covered that. Oh, verbiage. I know Jennifer asked this. Some verbiage to use when enrolling to ask for the wholesale account. I guess that's kind of the same thing, kind of what I do. I say it's, okay, so let me tell you, your intention is huge with enrollments or talking to people, talking to prospects. So hold on, I've got some chats going on here. Yes, okay, that was helpful. Oh, yes, videos. Okay, so, oh yeah, on the Share Success site. Oh, Ariel, that reminded me of Regal's. You asked about Regal's videos that she does. She does 8-week introduction series. Hold on, I was just there earlier. Wait, I was adding it to an email. Yep, blissmama.com right here. So this site, blissmama.com/edu. This is going, actually, let me paste it in the chat bar for you guys too. Okay. So this shows, here we go, 8 weeks continuing education. This is a video series that Regal put together. Look at this. Look at what it covers. This is fantastic. Why do all this myself? Do not reinvent the wheel, you guys. Use what's handed down to us from our upline. So I send this website out to people. I actually registered myself on here so I knew what was going on. Send this out to new people, and then they'll get the emails. They'll be able to do some continuing education. So I know, Ariel, you asked about that too. Use this. Do not be afraid to use what our upline provides, myself or anybody above us. Do not be afraid to use that. So this is a great education series, and really Regal is amazing at doing videos, at doing tips. So really use her information. I share a lot of her videos on Facebook. I share a lot of her stuff just in email. Maybe somebody asks me about something and I'll share it from there. I don't have time to make videos. I do not have time. I'm not as cute as Regal. I'm not as knowledgeable as she is. So use what she gives you. Use it. That's exactly why it's here. So, okay, let me bounce back to chat. Yes, absolutely okay. Yeah, do not waste your time reinventing. Okay. Okay, so, oh, what was I looking at? The verbiage, yes, what Jennifer had asked about the verbiage. So that's kind of how I explain it back and forth. And, oh, back to what I was saying, intention. So your intention when you go into a conversation with somebody is like 98.9975% of what's going to happen in the conversation. So if you go into it with the intention that I have to get this person enrolled, I have to have the money, I need to build my business, they're going to feel the pressure and they're not going to enroll. So really come out it. I was told this many years ago, come at it from a place of service. I am serving, it doesn't matter what my paycheck looks like tomorrow. It absolutely does not matter, because if I can help this person, even if I was handing this stuff away for free, if I can help this person, that's what matters. That's absolutely the bottom line. If you're helping people, that's what's going to build your business. So coming from a place of gratitude, a place of service, how can I help this person? How can I serve them? What's going to be the best method for them? Start jotting down numbers. They can't figure out an enrollment kit. There's an option. There's always an answer, and there's always an option. If they can't afford the enrollment kit right now, Shelly uses some tools that she has. She does ionic foot baths. So she says, I'll give you a free foot bath if you enroll with this kit. A foot bath is $35 normally. $35 is what it takes to enroll. So they get 2 for 1, basically. Use whatever tools you might have. I know, Jennifer, you make some jewelry. Give away something with that. Some of the uplines will offer diffusers, books. doTERRA is offering free 100 points right now. Use those tools. If they still say they can't do a 100 PV order right now, well, maybe I need a shampoo and conditioner kit. So I'll tack that onto your enrollment order to help you cut the cost of your 100 points. Use whatever you can. And if it means they just pay for the 35 this month, I don't ever really encourage that, because I'd like to see them enroll with a certain point value. Normally that gets them qualified for certain promotions. Plus you're in the fast start period. If they're going to enroll, have some type of point value, whether it's 10 points or not. But sometimes I'll offer to actually pay for their enrollment. So I'm giving up my fast start pay probably for the full 60 days, depending on what they order. But to me, that's worth it. It's worth it for them to have their own wholesale account. They get the deals. They get their points when they get it. It's not me taking it all. This is my place of service. So I hope that makes sense. Just where you're coming from, your intention of where you're coming from is really going to change the outcome in how your person enrolls. So, or whether or not they do enroll. And I do give people the option to use my wholesale account for the first time that they want to buy something. And then if they want more after that, then we'll talk more about, do they enroll? Do we have them pay retail? Whatever it is. For a long time ago, I set a rule for myself. I will give people my wholesale discount once. And then from that point on, I will have them either enroll themselves if it's a continuous thing. Now, I do have people that order from me once, maybe every 6 months. So I don't make them get a wholesale account, because at the point that I'm at right now, I can actually use that volume more for my benefit. So BOGO week is a great example. If people don't have their own wholesale account and you're ordering for others that, maybe they're like, yep, today I want the BOGO. Nope, today I don't. Yes, today I want it. I give my wholesale discount to those people. I order all of them. The cool thing is that when we have teams of multiple people, like I could go back to my Power of 3 view. Where do I need volume for Power of 3 this month? Excellent. I'm going to put all these orders under those people. So none of this is money out of my pocket. And I'm going to qualify for my $1,500 bonus. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to stop sharing here for a minute because we're just staring at this one screen. But okay, so let's see. Yes, it does, Jennifer. Thank you. Okay. Sign up and move. Oh, someone had asked about Facebook groups. There's a lot of Facebook groups. So let's see. I don't know why we're on Shelly. I want to get off of Shelly's face eating her soup or whatever you're eating. Hold on. Is everybody seeing Shelly or are they seeing me? Oh, you're seeing me. Okay, good. Never mind. I see Shelly. Okay, that's okay. Okay. So Facebook groups, there's a ton of them. Let's see. If you aren't aware of it, I have a websites document that I have created that outlines different websites that people can use. I've had people ask this before. Where do I go to order bottles? Where do I go to order books? So if they're completely lost, that means, for one, I spaced giving them the information. So, and I don't like to do that. So I actually was working on this today. Oh, we're going to go back to screen share. Hold on a second, because this might be important. Shannon dropped and she'll be back in a minute. Let's see. Sorry, reading messages out loud. Excel, Word. Here we go. Let me share this screen. Okay, so here's something that I've been typing out, kind of a quick checklist. You enroll, you give them the deals, the promotions. So here I explain it all in more detail. So I'm going to work on tweaking this and then send it out. Give any personal incentives that you were going to give, gifts that you're offering yourself. Maybe you're offering anybody that enrolls, you give them an 8-vial keychain, and they're good to go with that. Maybe your upline offered a book and diffuser, and they get the 100 PV from doTERRA. So enrolling, making sure they're getting all these deals, right? Send them the doTERRA website's guide. So that is a document. Let me bounce over to that. Sorry, this is a lot of, let me just share my whole desktop. And if someone texts, just ignore that, because now I can jump. Oh, I don't have it up. Let's see. Welcome to doTERRA website guide. So this is the website guide that I have, and it should be in our Facebook group, actually, in the files section. Also, if you're on Big Tent, for those of you that aren't on Facebook, we have a Big Tent group with files and documents. I scan all my tear pads. So whatever might be beneficial for you, I try to put in there business-wise. So it's mostly for leaders. So here you can see this shows a little bit, some of the main sites. Oh, I should change this actually, since we just go to doterra.com now. And over here, it lays out all the Facebook groups. So this shows the My Essential Wellness Facebook group. Here's Shauna's page, Shauna's team leadership page. So most people have oil tips and then a leadership page. So 2 pages, because we don't want to bombard those that are just in it for the wholesale discount with all the leadership, the promotions, enrollment deals, things that we need to know as leaders and sharers. So, excuse me. So yes, this gives the lineup of everybody's pages all the way up to Monica, and then even some above, Dr. Hill, Team Ignite. We're on the DeGraff and Reed's team, so they have a cool little website they've been building a little bit more and more. There's some team calls for a lot of these too. So it's my son back here just crashing the party. Okay, are you coming back?
No, I just stole Ben's poker chips. I'm gonna play poker.
Okay, are you coming back?
Not tonight.
Oh.
I'm gonna just pick me up tomorrow morning, or I'll Jimmy join me.
Yeah, if it's not 10 feet of snow.
Okay.
Okay, love you, bye.
All right, love you too, bye.
Oh, good Lord, everybody, I apologize. Okay, so the websites here, there's Pinterest pages. Tiffany Peterson, they do a coaching call with actually Andy and Natalie Goddard. So that's a cool call to listen in on. So, I mean, if you're really looking for information to plug in on, down here is our Regal, Monica, Devola. They have weekly calls. So there's the information to call in and how to get the recordings. Monica's actually put all her recordings on her website. So yeah, and the Share Success site down here. So just poke through this. It should be on our Facebook group in the files, or the Big Tent in the files, called Website Guide. If you search for that, you should find it. So I send this to people right when they first start. I want them to have websites, have all the tools they need. So here's on the checklist. Connect them to social media groups. So I might pull them into the Facebook group so they don't have to go searching for everybody. Do not put people who are just wholesale customers in the leadership groups. It will overwhelm them, I promise you. So then set up their wellness consultation meeting and bring your live guide to that. So this is where you want to make sure you have live guides ahead of time. So you set up the consultation. I normally try to do it when they enroll or within a few days. Maybe I text them, call them, whatever it is. If they're hard to get nailed down for an appointment, I do it right then. Because if you set up a time to meet them, even if it's in 2 weeks, you're 2 weeks out, great, you can continue to remind them. You've got the appointment set, you're not chasing them around. And really, it shouldn't be chasing them around. They should want the information. They're getting their enrollment kit. They should want to know what to do with it. And so then at the wellness consultation meeting here, I go over the live guide, set up the LRP, or talk about the ordering options. This is where I discuss. There's, standard order, LRP order. Here's what you can do. and do the biofeedback scanning if you can at that time too. I like to do it again because sometimes we can customize their little daily plan that we write out in their wellness consultation based on their scan. Now, maybe too, you've seen between their previous scan and the current one, theme. I've got one person who there is always the same theme going on. So, so we've done actually in this wellness consultation form, you've got two sides to it. If I can get to it here. So you've got the part where you write out months 1 through 3. So this could be LRP or standard order. Don't put pressure on them that they have to do LRP for starting the next month. It could be LRP, or it could just be, here's some ideas of things that you can add for the next few months. Maybe something comes up month 2 that's a little bit different. I always say, just call me. I'll give you some suggestions. Maybe we'll pull a few items out of what's scheduled for month 2 and add something else in. We'll tack the other items onto a different month. Work with their budget. Do whatever you can to work with them. So over here is a little checklist. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's got all the little products and oils listed on there with lines next to them. So sometimes what I do in this, if we've really done up a plan for month like 1, 2, and 3, next to all the oils that they're going to order on month 1, I write 1s. Next to all the orders they're going to, or the oils they're going to order for month 2, I write 2s. Same for month 3. That way they know they can look at this checklist right here, and maybe they look at Claricalm, and that's not in the plan for month 1, 2, or 3. Maybe they want it. Maybe it's part of a product of the month or something like that, and they decide to bump their LRP up higher just to get that one for free. So anyway, this is a good way, a good visual for them. It's a really good plan. They've got all these ideas in the beginning here of ways to just use the products, use the oils, how to just swap things out, maybe more toxic products for more of the natural products, that kind of thing. And then there is a page in the back here about LRP. So it makes it a little bit prettier with a little chart. It shows how you can order your Lifelong Vitality and do the add-ons. Don't forget the skincare set is like that now too. You can customize the skincare set. Shows the little percentage chart over here. So this is a great graphic. You know, some people need to just see it in picture form. And the back actually has contact information, share success website stuff, where to get the live, share, build guides, those kind of things. So this is, you can really utilize this. Oh, it even has the Empowered Life series. Plug them into this. This is another one of those don't reinvent the wheel. There's Empowered Life series, there's success summits, there's all kinds of things that doTERRA puts on, online and in person. Share these events. They are getting oil education, they are learning. There is absolutely no reason that you don't share it, because you can sit at home if you really don't want to go to it, and your people still learn. So this is a way to pass the education and the information on to them, and you know, they get educated and they keep using their oils, and that's all we want. So we want, if they're asking questions, that's great. We know they're using their products. If they're not, if we hear crickets when we try to call them, we know there's a problem. They're either not educated, they're super overwhelmed or confused, or they have zero interest. It was all a lie. They didn't really want any of doTERRA anyway. You know what I mean? So you can really tell by a person's reaction which way they're going. Okay. BOGO week. Should we get to BOGO week and then let's wrap it up because it's almost been 2 hours. Everybody good with that? Anybody have questions? Okay, good nod, Shelly. Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, BOGO week is our favorite time of the year. It needs its own theme song. So BOGO week is insanity and excitement all in 5 days. And your husbands will be glad when BOGO week is over. I'm just going to put it out there. Jeff, if you're listening, yep, I see that. So yeah, husbands are super relieved when BOGO week is over. Okay, so the way this works, we get for those of you that are new, we get a different deal every day. At midnight, they post the deal. Midnight's when we're going to find out what is our BOGO for the day. If you feel like staying up till midnight and finding out the deal, do it. If you don't, you'll catch it in the morning. The BOGO is offered all day long. I share them. I know a lot of you have your own leadership pages too, or oil pages. I share them on my page. They are shared on doTERRA's Essential Oil Group. They are shared on Instagram, doTERRA's Instagram. So if you follow Instagram, I try to share them both on Instagram and Facebook. I believe you get an email as well. So there really should be no reason that people are missing them. here's the tips for BOGO week to survive it and to maximize your potential and ordering options. Okay, so you can order 5 of each BOGO per account. So let's say that it is, I'm gonna go with something super simple for dollar reasons. Let's say it's buy a lemon, you get a lemongrass for free. Those are both 10 PV, right? So buy a lemon, if you order 5 buy lemons, you will add lemon, quantity 5 into your cart. Now, what I suggest that people do is create a second LRP. If you are the single person ordering for 5 people every single day, then you will probably have 6 total LRPs by the end of it, if that makes sense, for day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your original LRP. So create separate templates for each day. And this is another one of those, Shelly, you probably delete the template right away. I leave it until the end of the week. Make sure all my orders processed. BOGO week can crash the internet, same as when convention tickets go on sale. So just hang tight, watch your orders, make sure things process. doTERRA is awesome about honoring if somebody's order didn't process. Let me stop my screen share here. It's silly for us to stare at this document. So if, say you thought you put the order through, maybe you got a receipt, then later the next day it doesn't look like the order went through, whatever the case might be, they're killer about just honoring the deal, going back, correcting anything that might have been a mishap, whatever the case might be. So don't stress too much about it. We can all survive this and make it work, but really having a group of 5 people is key. If you've got a bigger team, look at the power of 3, look at your rank advancement. Where do you need volume? If you need help determining this, contact me. I'm glad to sit on the computer with you, or we could even do a Zoom and stare at your screen. Just contact me, let us know, or let your direct upline know what the problem might be, where you're trying to focus your volume, whatever it might be. Strategize a little bit, like where to put orders. If you've got people that are close to you geographically to where you can deliver, like hand deliver items, or group your people together and suggest this to other people. So maybe I've got 4 or 5 other people around me that want to order. Some of those might be those people that order from me once every 6 months. So I'll order those orders all together. Now, so back to being able to place these where I want. The cool thing about this is I can do one order maybe under myself, another order under somebody else. Okay. For those of you who are on your phones, Shelly's husband made an appearance in his "I'm fine, my wife has an oil for this gunshot wound" t-shirt on. So with the big bloody gunshot wound stain on his belly. So he just made an appearance in the screen. For those of you that couldn't see that, which is why I randomly laughed. Okay, refocus. Cat with a shiny disco ball. Okay, so back to the ordering 5, get 5 people. If there are people that don't order from you normally, great, take the orders every day. You're the main person who's gonna order every day. You do multiple LRPs. If you wanna do it all under your own account, maybe you're just starting off and you don't have a team yet, do it all under your own account. Create separate LRPs for each day. Let's go back to the lemon and lemongrass example. You've got 10 PV times 5, right? You're ordering 5, so that's 50 PV total. You add lemon to your cart, quantity 5, lemongrass will automatically populate when it all updates. So don't add lemongrass, do not add the free item, it will add automatically. And then your point value amount, so being that you're at 50 points with those 5 lemon oils, that means that you're gonna earn points back on that order. You're gonna hold your spot in LRP. If it's your main LRP order for the month, great. If it's not, ooh, I just thought of something I forgot to mention with Power of 3. So here's a perk with Power of 3 view and, well, just rank and LRP in general, doTERRA will combine LRP orders. So say somebody, maybe you look at your Power of 3 view and there's one key player you need to get your $250 bonus that is at 50 PV. Excellent. You ask if you can put this lemongrass LRP deal under them. You do a second LRP, you add it, it's 50 PV for this order, right? So what doTERRA does on the computer side of things is combines these two LRPs under that person's account. So now suddenly they have a 100 PV qualified template or LRP order for their account for the month, so they will qualify you for Power of 3. That probably got really confusing, but this is a really great place to use BOGO volume when you're trying to make up Power of 3 volume, and also for rank advancement too. If you just need extra volume under a certain person, stack your orders wherever you want to under that person. If you need extra volume under a specific person for Power of 3, add second LRP orders to that specific person. doTERRA combines their original LRP order with any other orders you do, totals up the PV amount, and that's what shows is their point value amount for their order that month. So say they originally were at a 10 point value order, you add enough BOGOs to a second LRP order to get them over the 100 point value mark. doTERRA combines it all. They're a 100 point value key player for you in your Power of 3. I tried to say that a couple different ways. So if I miss my Power of 3, I can still try to earn it. Yes, Marie, definitely. This is the key week to do it. So find out where you're at, who you're missing, where you need volume, and strategize. So collect orders. Now, if you've got leaders that are ordering for you or that you're combining orders with, allow them turns to place their volume where they want it. So say me and my top 3 leaders on my top line are all in the same area geographically. We are not, but say that we all are, and we're all taking turns to order. So there's 4 of us. I'm not going to tell one of them to put an order under somebody else that's not on their team or tell them where to put it to benefit me. I'll allow them to place the volume where they want. Now, if I'm putting in all the orders myself, I will pick and choose who under my team I want the order to go under. I really hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm talking in circles right now. Okay, Kristen, can you earn Power of 3 just with wholesale customers? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Yep. So Power of 3 can be, well, for your $50 bonus, I'm sorry, because wholesale customers cannot enroll others, there will not be other people under your top 3 people, but to get $50 bonus, I know Kristen's just starting off and that's why she asked that. So to get $50 bonus, yes, you can have all wholesale customers on your top line be placing these BOGO orders under them and ramp them up to 100 PV each to help qualify for your Power of 3. Taking a deep breath. Any other questions? Okay. BOGO week explained, not explained. We all good? So helpful. Thank you, Marie. Love the feedback. Okay. I'm sure your brains are exploding. Ariel's good to go. I think we're all good to go. Flag me or, send something on the chat if you have a question quick. Also, the event page, our invitation on Facebook is still up. So if you want to ask a quick question, you can type it in there too if we miss you. And I will let this recording for this meeting process, and then I'll try to post the link. I'm going to add it to my YouTube channel, and then I have a private YouTube channel, so you can't always see all the videos. So I will share the specific link in the group. I think that's it. I don't want to miss anything. So speak up quickly if there's any questions you guys have. Okay, well, I've blabbed myself to death here, and I hope I haven't made you all glaze over. So I'm going to end it here. It's been 2 hours, so I don't want to go any longer. So I hope you all have a great night. Please, 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 always ask me if you have questions. Ask your upline. I know you all have my phone number mostly. So if not, 303-250-7756. Don't spam me. Only ask legitimate questions. I do Bitmoji in case you all are asking, if you want to know if I do that. All right. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. Love on your families. Stay warm if the snow's coming. Kristen, I hope you buried out alive there. She got buried from the snow that's hitting us here. See you later. Have a good night.